Hi friends, welcome to my channel Heal Lift Rise. My name is Carla. Thank you all so very much for joining me here. And Elsa, I did not realize that Elsa was in the video. Wanted to talk about your light, talk about this message of your divine light, and wanting to kind of expand and touch on this experience in your reality of when you are coming into your power and you are reclaiming your power, you are shining your light, and your energy, your light is expanded. People that are not expanding their light, but they're shrinking their light themselves, will be afraid of your light. They will not like your light. They will turn the opposite direction. They will avoid you. They don't like it. Okay? But when you are expanded, your energy, is expanded, your light is shining. People who are in that same vibration, that same frequency, and are too shining their light, will also will be attracted to your light and will come with a candle, come bringing their light essentially, and acknowledge that. In a sense, don't allow the people that are not in resonance with you to bring you down, because we're not here to play small. We're not here to just allow ourselves to shrink when other people are around are shrinking, and that's just how they're operating. They're operating unconsciously. So I say this because we're here to really ground our energy and to be in our power, to be expansive, and to really expand our light. And that's the true way that we help others to acknowledge that and within themselves, and to be a witness to it, and want to also shine their light, because it can be inspirational for people, but also they can download your light. That is a thing. We all have the ability, and this is a real thing, we all have the ability to, unconsciously we do this, to download other people's light, what they have learned, and things that can help us to activate our Christ consciousness, our heart, open our heart, and to download different codes, different light codes within us, and activate those light codes, and to bring us into more wholeness within. I say this because this is something that, again, during the holidays, it can be some of the toughest times to go to different places, family functions, even parties, work parties. And I just don't want you to shrink yourself. Allow yourself to be expanded. Allow yourself to be your best self, and to just, marvel in that. The knowingness of who you are, your light, your expansion, your truth. And do not shrink. Do not shrink for others. It does nobody any good. And that's one thing I always try to, tell my daughter, is that your light is so expansive. It's so bright. Don't shrink yourself or make yourself small because other people don't like it. You're not here to just fit in with others, fit in with your classmates and, friends. You're here to honor your highest version of self, your authentic self. You're here to be real. Like what you like, embrace it, love it, express it. You're not here to just, let's follow the crowd, let's be like everyone else. I want people to like me. I want people to accept me. You know what? Good if they do, good if they don't. It doesn't really matter. Because when you're coming here from your truth and when you're speaking from your truth, you're naturally not going to align with everybody. Like I said, there's going to be people that are just going to be turned off, completely turned off by your light. And you just got to let them go and grow. There was something else I was going to say and I totally forgot. You could be purging a lot. Purging a lot of old beliefs, old belief systems, old ways of thinking that don't align with your highest version of self, your new version of self at this time, at this moment in time. What does that look like? Purging can look like breakouts on the skin. Purging can look like when you have like itchiness on your skin and you're like shedding, literally like your skin is like peeling, or just like rashes where you're itching because you're literally taking off energetic layers of your old self. And you're shedding skin, you're shedding your old skin, old ways of being. You're no longer that person that you were in the past. You can't go back to that person that you were in the past. There's no more going back. You can't go back. It's not possible. We are always moving forward and forever changing. And we only ever can be who we are in the moment that we are. And it's funny because sometimes we don't really recognize the changes until drastic things happen in our life where we no longer resonate with certain individuals in our life, or we have different ways of being and we are more focused on their divine self or divine being instead of the human condition thinking and ways of being. I feel like this past year, this year 2025, this past year, I have gone through probably one of my most transformative years, as far as kind of reclaiming my power and starting to step into what I believe to be my dharma. And it has been a process. It has not looked the prettiest. It hasn't felt the greatest, because there's been a lot of dismantling. There's been a lot of things that I've had to face within myself, things I've had to come into acceptance with, things I had to let go of. And that's both like physical sense as far as like friendships and also just beliefs, outdated ways of doing things. It's been absolute like a roller coaster, like the up and the down of this joyous ride of our journeys. I wouldn't have it any other way though, because I wouldn't be the person I am today without everything that I've been through. You wouldn't be the person you are today without everything you've been through, all of the chaos, all of the lessons that came from the chaos, that came from the pain, the hurt, the struggle, and we wouldn't be who we are today without it. And I think there's a big recognition of that on our journey, especially when we're coming into our power. We truly realize our truth, the truth of all that is, and the truth of ourselves, of we've always been love, we will always be love, no matter what darkness we face, no matter what arises, no matter what we feel and what we experience, we are that love and light. And that truth can really put to ease the illusions and the distortions that tend to play out and pop up, you know, signifying something else, when the truth is you are that love and light, and you experience the darkness, you experience all these things that, you know, you're not, but it actually helps you to evolve. You know, when you see it, you accept it, you heal, you release the stories in connection with the darkness and, you know, fear-based energy. And to be honest with you, this is kind of like the analogy of the sun. And, you know, the sun is always there, it's always shining. However, when there's cloudy skies, or there's like a storm and it covers the sun, you know, people tend to think that the sun isn't there, that the sun is gone because it's cloudy and because there's a storm, that's all that exists and that's all that there is. But the truth is, the sun is there. The sun is there. The clouds are covering the sun. The storm is passing by, so it's in front of and covering the sun. It's kind of like that, where you are the sun, you are the love and the light, this infinite well of love that has always existed as this. Yet, you know, you experience the darkness, you experience the heaviness and you know, the fears and all of that, but it's not who you truly are. And when you understand who you truly are, like I said, it eases the suffering. You know, you're decreasing the suffering because you understand this truth, you know this truth, and this is within you, this is within all of us. So, and unfortunately, I will say this, just a side note. Unfortunately, you could hear this 100 times. I could tell you this 100 times, and it still might not make sense to you because maybe you are not ready for receiving that. And that is okay. I repeat, that is okay. You will be ready to receive this at some point. You will be ready to receive the message at some point on your journey, whether it's from me, whether it's from somebody else, doesn't matter. We're only ever ready when our soul is ready to receive it. We have to be open to receiving it, but at the same time, it's all about divine timing. And sometimes we aren't ready to receive certain bits of information, and certain parts of us are not activated, and there could be so many different reasons. Don't play into your ego or get stuck in your mind of trying to figure out why you cannot receive that message. You know, it is what it is. But I wanted to share that because I know I myself, especially early on in my journey, I used to want to know all the answers, and I could watch video after video or read book after book after book, and sometimes I still wouldn't understand or wouldn't get what I was wanting to understand, you know, or certain questions hadn't been actually answered. So, you know, when you're ready to receive, you will receive. And I don't think, you know, this journey is about we get it whenever we want it. It's more about trusting the process, and trusting ourselves in order to trust God, and understanding that everything happens in the essence of our divine timing. And we have to make sure we are open to receiving anyways. To be open to receiving is part of our divine feminine energy, which we all have. We all have the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies within all of us. And if you are not good at receiving, which could look like you're not good at receiving compliments, it could be you're not good at receiving gifts, it could be a slew of different things of what you're not good at receiving, right? If we're not good at that, and then we have not balanced our divine feminine energy. And that also requires, again, the receiving is being open. Our divine feminine energy is being open, being really open. So I share this with you and hopes that it will give you a different perspective, help you on your journey, and to also provide you a deeper sense of trust on your journey, on your path, and trusting with the universe. You don't have to have all the answers right here and now from your external world. You can access the answers within you. And I always say this, and I'm going to keep saying it forever, that you can meditate and you can receive these answers. So everything that you witness in your reality, with other people meditating, receiving messages, or other people that are able to channel and all these psychic gifts, you, my friend, are psychic. You, my friend, can channel. You can receive that information. And it is a matter of just being open and tuning in and getting silent, allowing messages to come through, and you got to be meditating, in order to activate it. So I wanted to share this with you. I hope in some way this helped you and uplifted you. Until next time, my friends, take very, very good care. I love you all so much. Happy holidays. Bye.